Star Drug Prevention Syndrome. And we're talking to Ms. Clemmy Greenlee, and we have also been joined by Mr. Young, who will also give us some information, Mr. Young, in reference to your background, your education, and some of the things that eventually led you to us this morning.
Okay. My name is Willie Young. Everybody knows me by Chill Will. From Memphis, Tennessee. Came to Tennessee State, played baseball, pledged Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And I also started throwing parties. And you know, I had a promotion company called Chill Will Powerhouse Promotions.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you've been involved in the community for quite a while.
Oh yes, over 15 years.
And why don't you, Ms. Greenlee, you know more about Mr. Young's experience with Galaxy Star. Why don't you say something in reference to it? Perhaps, Mr. Young, you can relate to some of the things.
Well, you know, I just wanted the community to know that, you know, we didn't just start doing things just recently. We got to start. We go way back, like maybe 2001, 2002, and Mr. Young, better known as Chill Will, was one of the first promoters that really put us on the map to start dealing with the kids because of the events he was giving. With started out with the basketball half-timers and something. Talk about that part.
Well, first of all, you know, Clemmy and her brother is like, they are like electricity. It's like, you know, I get them to come and speak to the kids, whatever. I have a dance competition at Glen Cliff or maybe Whites Creek. We had that big one at Tennessee State, you know, every year in March. And anytime we wanted somebody to come and talk to the kids and give them a message, we'll call Clemmy. And Clemmy will come and set it on fire. You know, that's it.
And so, in a real sense, Ms. Greenlee, do you say that not many people are paying any attention to our young people, or what? I mean, what seems to be the problem here?
Well, I don't want to say they're not paying attention. I'm just saying they're in such a denial that they don't want to accept what's really going on with them. Everybody done got in their comfort zone. And it takes a lot of work to get out your comfort zone, because I was in a comfort zone. But my spirit wouldn't let me stay in it. And I think more than anything that I can't say that they not paying attention. They just in a denial. Wouldn't you say?
Well, I would say they're not paying attention, or they don't care. And when I say they, I'm talking about the people up top, at the very, very top. Yeah. And then you got the elite people, and then you got the people at the bottom. And these kids down here, they don't have no jobs. They don't have no counselors. It's like I was on Facebook the other day talking to a little 16-year-old, and she was telling me, we need to stop all this killing. It don't make no sense. So I'm telling her, you know, take your time, think about it, pray. And she was like, you know, don't nobody care. You know, this is a 16-year-old girl in high school on Facebook talking this. You know?
Yeah, and see, I had got a phone call. I supposed to went to Clarksville to speak this past Saturday, and I thought I was going to speak on the gang stuff again, but I was going to speak because 3 people have hung themselves there: a 11-year-old, a 15-year-old, and an 18-year-old. And this is black
in
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Recently?
Yes. So they was calling me to come. So I'm like, see, we are overlooking what 11. 15, 18, you know, what is going through is they being bullied in school? Is they being molested? They not getting the attention that they want? What would make them want to hang themselves? So we're not looking at this, and until Dr. Haney, we'll start being open enough to let these kids have a straight talk. We're not doing anything to help them. We're not doing anything to heal them. And what I'm asking is, I'm not having anything against any organization out here. But if you don't start with grassroots and come up, you're not going to get them from starting right here and bringing them down. It's just not going to happen. And this is all I was trying to do, is just start at the nitty-gritty. The Monday night group I have with the young ladies every Monday night, it's almost 20 of them. I go pick them up every Monday. I make 10 to 12 trips, picking them up and taking them home. But this is something they look forward to every Monday night. And what I let them talk about is whatever they need to talk about. Because they can't talk about it in school, they can't talk about it in church, they can't talk about it at home. And I'm just want to show some of the parents and the grandparents and some of the fathers who your kid really is. Then when they get home, they straighten up. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. But baby, deep inside, that is not your daughter or your son. So if it's all coming to me, it need to come to you guys. That's all I was trying to do, and that's all I am going to do with my organization. I'm going to stand with what God ordained me to do with my organization and these youth out here. I'm praying for some support, and I want some mothers and I want some grandmothers, because we're going to be the one to love on our kids. We're not going to get it from the system.
And Ms. Young?
I would like to say this. my thing, when I heard about the situation with Galaxy Star, you know, because it's like, you know, Galaxy Star is me. It's a part of me because, you know, from day one when they started passing out the flyer, I was there. All the events, I was there. I can call Clemmy, and she's gonna help us pass out flyers. She's gonna come speak to the kids. She's gonna even go to the projects with us and talk to the kids. But the thing about it, when I seen that, it's just like, you see the shirt says end the violence, and it's like it hurts you when you feel like the system has dethroned something that was positive in our black community, and it hurt. You see what I'm saying? So what we need to do, we need to stand by Clemmy, and we need to rebuild and just be stronger than ever. There it is.
And so there's a real possibility that the aid that has been given to young people by Galaxy Star has been eroded to such a point that it's no longer there. Then what do they depend upon now? Is that what we're saying?
Yes. I mean, they're calling me, and it really hurts. I was telling somebody today, these two young men calling me. I can't go to them. I don't have anything to take them to. I don't have any place to bring them. I can bring so many to my home. I can't give them no false hope. I'm not just gonna tell them kids anything. So now, you know, my phone ring and I don't want to answer it because what am I gonna answer it to? You know, my building is no longer there. The home I had is no longer there. You know, yeah, my office was in the street. It's gonna stay in the street. But I still need somewhere to embrace them. And they are calling me, Miss Clement, what we gonna do now? So you telling we just out here, so ain't nobody gonna help us now? Yeah, I was hoping somebody tuck up my slack until I can get back. But I see it didn't. Because if it did, it wouldn't have been 7 murders in 2 weeks, the time that I got my door kicked in to now. So I'm pleading to the community. You know, quit judging. Come and embrace. Come and see what I was doing. I welcomed everybody in my door, even police officers. I welcomed everybody in my door because I had nothing to hide. So I'm doing the same thing again. I'm welcoming everybody into my heart, my life, and my organization, and tell them to help me get our kids back on track. In Chicago, there are 78 murders already. Do I let Nashville reach 78 murders? I don't think so. We need to be going to Chicago embracing those mothers. But I'm not letting it go. The 7 to 8 murders has hurt my heart. I have not stopped going to funerals since I buried my own son, December the 8th, 2003. And that's sad. And I'm not talking about grandmothers and great-granddaddies. I'm talking about great-grandmothers and great-granddaddies are burying their great-grandchildren now. And people don't think something wrong with that picture. Instead of worrying about what people are saying, they need to get out here and embrace this sidewalk in this community. These boys, they want some love and some help. Get up off of the boys and the gangs and start finding out how they're getting these guns and these drugs. This is what they need to do.
And you would also say, Ms. Young, that they need some jobs too, don't you?
They definitely need jobs. That's the most important part right there. And not only just jobs, but different other outlets. You know, back in the day when I came up, they had organizations where, you know, you had an option. You know, Nashville, 10 years? Usually we had the battle of halftimers, you know, different pep clubs, high school fraternities and sororities. We don't have any of that now.
And it's just, in other words, it's as far as many young people who are disadvantaged are concerned, it's just the streets now.
It's just the streets.
Just the streets.
There it is.
Remember, any organization, they close at 5. What do these kids have from 6 p.m. to 6 the next morning? Yeah, all the crime happened after 12. They need to be in the home and in the bed. That's an easy thing to say. Why we can't just accumulate some midnight activities for them?
There it is.
Okay, and of course, we're running out of time here, Ms. Greenlee and Mr. Young.
Thank you.
I think what we wanted to try to do today is to at least give you and Ms. Young and Ms. Malone an opportunity to at least voice some sentiment in reference to some of the things that you are faced with, because I know that it has to be a challenge when you've had this organization where you're bringing these people in 20, 25, 30 at a time to try to instruct, and then the door has been locked and now they've locked your house, and the only thing that, as you said, it might be the street, and it looks like that's about the only place that you have now until somebody, until we can develop a greater consciousness in terms of what is happening. Not only because what is happening to you is not that important, but what has happened to the children.
Yes,
and see,
that's what
you
it
represent, as far as we're concerned, and we've been involved in this for the last 20 years. You represent represent the best thing that these young people have had, and now they've closed your building and shut you down.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you very much.